On behalf of the entire cast and crew of Watchmen, we'd like to thank HBO and Warner Brothers for their incredible support, and more importantly, thank you to the Academy for this literal honor. Watchmen began as a comic book written and illustrated by the brilliant artists Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. In 1986, they upended the conventional wisdom about what a superhero story could be and began to ask how we should feel about powerful men who took the law into their own hands. Their answer? Worried. Very, very worried. Over 30 years later, we are still worried. Worried about what a mask covers up and worried about what it reveals. For those of us attempting to walk in the footsteps of this great masterpiece, we understood that it had to feel contemporary. We had to have an answer for the most important question any storyteller can be asked. Why this? And why now? And what does now even mean when it feels like time is both standing still and fast forwarding? How can it seem like we're in the midst of a great awakening, in the midst of falling back asleep? Is it possible to be simultaneously proud and embarrassed to call ourselves Americans? I don't have the answers to these questions, but I was blessed to spend almost 2 years collaborating with other artists who were brave, insane, and inspired enough to make something that reflected the world that we live in, even if what we saw in that mirror scared us. And us was really at the heart of Watchmen every step of the way. Understanding that it wasn't my story to tell, the only way it could be told authentically was by others. This collaboration was an incredible gift. The only reason the show resonated with truth is because the creative partners who crafted it shared their own pain and trauma in ways that I never could. I can't think of anything more profoundly unfair than accepting this award all by myself. But as the show's representative, I'd like to use this platform to ask a few things of those of you kind enough to have taken the time to listen. If you haven't, please read the original Watchmen, even if you don't like comic books. Please read Ta-Nehisi Coates' staggering book, Between the World and Me, and then his essay, The Case for Reparations, which introduced me to the horrific Tulsa Massacre of 1921. These pieces educated me, changed the way I saw our country, then inspired me to broadcast Mr. Coates' message to as many people as I could. And to that end, we've all heard the Churchill quote that those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it. But sometimes history is hidden, buried and camouflaged and covered up by those who it benefits most. The very idea that history is written by the winners suggests that there are losers, and that somehow their history is less valid simply because they are the victims of conquest, both literal and cultural. Those are the stories I ask you to seek out. Don't wait for them to be told to you, but find them. Thank you for finding Watchmen, and for this incredible distinction. We are deeply and profoundly grateful. Stay safe, stay sane, and God bless.
Thank you, Television Academy. What an honor. This does not go lightly on us to be our show to be breathed in the same name with so many other great shows that we love and respect. And for our show to be included in that special group, it means so much, especially coming from our peers. So thank you. I wish we could be here to toast and cheer together, but we are in spirit.